Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. I'm not going to make this one funny at all. This is, in a way, kind of a serious topic in a couple of ways. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a bit, and let's talk about this. Apparently, Jason Genova made a video. He's taken it down. People are harassing him about it, but it has been re-uploaded by several people. I have seen the original. And it is up there on a few other places. And apparently, with this whole Rich Piana situation going on, Jason had said that Rich is dead. He's dying. He's glad he's dying because he didn't collaborate with him anymore after that whole situation where he slapped him and everything, and he's glad. Okay, I'm going to talk to a couple different people here because I know Jason actually will watch this video. He does watch videos when I discuss him. So I'm going to have a message for him, and then I want to have a message to all the people who are getting really upset about this, who are getting really upset and making a big deal, and they're angry at Jason, and they want to teach him a lesson. Guys, you don't understand teaching Jason a lesson. You guys have no clue what you're doing, and it doesn't work. I'm actually going to show you guys this is actually the correct way to teach Jason. So Jason, I want you to listen up here, buddy. Okay, I understand that you're angry at Rich, okay? Rich Piana did something mean to you. He slapped you, he embarrassed you, then you felt like he tricked you because he tried to collaborate with you so he wouldn't get in trouble. He did one little collaboration, didn't collaborate with you anymore, and you're upset at him. You know what? And it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. But I want you to think about this. Didn't your mom teach you that two rights don't make a wrong? Didn't she teach you that? Yeah, that because he was mean that it's not okay for you to be mean, is it? Does that make you a good person to do that? No. Just because someone else is being mean and being bad doesn't justify you being mean and being bad. And what I want you to think about, Jason, I want you to sit down and think this through. You love your mother, don't you? You love her a lot. She's been very, very good to you. If you were sick and in the hospital and might be dying, and someone else on YouTube made a video saying, and your mother maybe saw it, saying that they were glad you were dying, don't you think that would hurt your mother's feelings? And wouldn't you be upset to know that someone had hurt your mother's feelings, right? You wouldn't be happy about that because you love your mother. She's been very good to you. You don't want people to say things that are going to hurt her, right? You wouldn't like that at all. Well, Rich Piana probably has a mother sitting there. She's there with her son and scared her son might be dying. And she's upset, and you're saying this stuff. Now, you might be mad at Rich, but Rich's mom has never done anything to you. She might be a really nice lady. We don't know. She might be a really nice lady, and she's never done anything to you. Nothing at all. Ever. She's never been mean to you. So you saying that could really upset her a lot, and you need to think about that. When you make statements like that you're glad that someone's dying, you know, they have people who love them and who care about them. And you might dislike that person. You might be really mad at that person. But that person can't hear what you're saying. The person you're mad at, they don't know what you're saying if they're in the hospital and can't see it, or they're in a coma. They don't know what you said. Only the people who love them and care about them hear it. And those people haven't ever wronged you. They've never done anything mean to you. So it's not okay to do that, Jason. Okay, it's not okay. And, you know, sit down and think about that, buddy. I want you to think that one through. Now, to the people who are angry and they're attacking him and trolling his channel, it's just like everyone else, like Lobliner, and all these other people who say things like, I'm going to teach Jason Genova a lesson. What's wrong with you people? Do you not understand that you are dealing with someone who is in certain ways, not completely, but in certain ways, childlike in the way that he might think things through. Okay, Jason Genova doesn't always fully understand the full consequences when he does or says certain things in the moment. You know, in this case, he feels he's mad at someone who was mean to him. And let's be honest, Rich was a dick to him. Rich Piana slapped him in public and embarrassed him in public. Slapped him in public, guys. And then, because he was probably worried about the legal consequences, and he should have been worried about the legal consequences at that point, he offered to collaborate with him just so he wouldn't press charges. And pretend to be his friend and make up for it and help him get some popularity. And did one little collaboration and then just kind of walked away from the situation, knowing full well that that was a felony. So that being said, you guys should be able to understand that you have someone like Jason who is a little more childlike than most of you are. Than most of you. Probably some exceptions out there who are all over the internet. But I read my comments, believe me, I see it. But that being said, he doesn't fully grasp it, and this is someone who has done something very mean to him publicly. He's lashing out. All right, he doesn't really mean it. He doesn't actually really mean it. He's not actually really happy that Rich might be dying. Okay, he's not happy about it. He's just lashing out because he's angry. Just like, you got a niece or a nephew or a child or a little brother or a little sister. When they're angry, what do? They lash out, right? You ever had your little brother who's 5 years younger than you, or your nephew or your child, tell you that they hate you and wish you were dead because you did something that they thought was mean? Yeah, we've all seen this happen. That's what you're dealing with. And so to stand there and make a big deal about it, and people are going to go harass him and berate him and make a really big deal about it, like he's some terrible, evil person for this just because they're a Rich Piana fan or whatever. Stop and think this through. All right, it wasn't right when Rich slapped him. It's not right when other people try to call the guy out. You're dealing with someone who has some minor, very minor mental handicaps, but he has some handicaps. And people always say, well, he shouldn't use that as an excuse. That's not an excuse. Yeah, that is a pretty good excuse. That is a good excuse. It's not even an excuse, it's a reason. And you need to understand there's a difference between an excuse and a reason. A reason is why something happens, and an excuse is your way of justifying it. When you're dealing with someone who doesn't fully grasp the long-term consequences of their immediate actions, again, due to maybe having a little bit of childlike behavior, a childlike mental state, they're not always going to really grasp the ramifications of their action. That's the reason. That's not an excuse. That's not, he's not trying to justify it. This is people who should be able to, who have basic reasoning, should be able to look at this situation or any of these situations and go, okay, I see what's going on here. He's slashing out a bit. It really isn't serious. He doesn't really mean it. I can promise you guys, someone like Jason Genova doesn't really actually hate anyone. He probably isn't capable of true maliciousness. He probably really isn't. He probably is a pretty good person deep down. But again, he's going to lash out because he doesn't know any better, and you're not going to teach him better. The only way you could teach Jason is like what I just explained. You have to calmly explain things to him in a way that he can understand. From his own life experience and his perspective, and that's how he has to learn. That's how he has to learn. But you're not going to teach him by being mean to him. You're not going to teach him by being mean to him or harassing him or anything else. And you know what? That's no more justified for people to go to his page and say terrible things to him over it. That's no better than Rich Piana getting mad and deciding to slap him in front of a camera in public. Okay, it's no better. You're basically abusing the handicapped. All right, and that makes you a sadist. That actually makes you a really shitty person. Just throwing it out there. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.